stay in the game. And now, WTOL 11 Sports, sponsored by Jim White Honda.
Sports is brought to you by Jim White Honda. After breaking the franchise record for the longest win streak, the Toronto Blue Jays put an end to the Indians' winning ways with that 9-6 win last night. Now the question is, will the Tribe bounce back to take the final win in Game 4 of the series? Corey Kluber on the mound for the Tribe today. But it was a rough start for the righty. First inning, 2 on, 2 out, and Toronto's Russell Martin gets a hold of that one. A 3-run bomb to center. Blue Jays up to a quick 3-0 lead, and it didn't get much better for the Tribe's pitching. They gave up 13 runs on 14 hits in 6 innings before the Indians could punch one into their own. In the 7th, 2 on, 2 out, and Yan Gomes takes this one to left to drive in the Indians' lone run of the game. They get trounced 17-1. Tigers looking to grab their 6th consecutive win, finishing up their series in Tampa, trailing by 1 through 7 in the 8th. 2 on for Victor Martinez. Tampa goes for the double play, no good at first, and Ian Kinsler takes advantage, safe at home. It's a tie ball game. Then later in the inning, 2 on for Justin Upton, and he laces this one to deep center. That gives Detroit the lead, and they hang on to win it 5-1 the final. Mud Hens wrapping up their 8-game homestand, but down early. Indy scored on this sac fly to right in the first inning. That puts them on the board first to a quick lead there. Then in the 7th, it's Danny Ortiz with this one for the Riddy, making it 2-0 Indy. And the pitching was there as well for the Indians. Trevor Williams was money on the mound. 5 strikeouts and just 1 hit in 7 innings of work. Too much for the Hens. They fall 2-0. Coming into today's final round of the Bridgestone Invitational, Jason Day and Scott Piercy were tied for first, both at 5 under. We head to Firestone in Akron on the 10th. Piercy makes that putt there, enough to keep him still tied with Day at 6 under and ahead of the pack, but that's all about to change. Day sinks the putt there to take the lead at 7 under. Now don't get too excited though. The story of the day is Dustin Johnson. He's working his way up the leaderboard from 4th to 1st. This win comes just a few weeks after his first major championship win at the U.S. Open. Back-to-back come from behind wins for Johnson, and it's his 3rd World Golf Championship win. And speaking of golf, it's a sport that you can enjoy at any age. Just ask the bunch that shows up at a course near you. The 1st and 3rd Tuesday of every month, Dan Cummins has the story of these weekend warriors on the links.
A morning at South Toledo Golf Club, and Bob Barger is collecting the cash for skins for the Toledo Post. The Golf League began in 1921, part of local service clubs like Kiwanis, Rotary, Chamber, and the Toledo Post. Now, guys in their 70s, 80s, and yes, even 90s.
1952, and I was a member of Toledo Post, and they rooked me into being captain and activities director of the Post, so I was that for years and years.
Barger, he's 94, moves a little slower, but he still loves to play golf as much as ever.
Yeah, I think that's kept me going. I was always active. I went through the Navy V5 program and ended up as a Navy flight instructor. And I had an active life for 4 years. I played service ball quite a bit.
Greg Fish from Toledo Traditions of Golf, hosting the league a lot of weeks.
Golf is a game of a lifetime, so we see guys all the time that are well into their 80s and enjoy coming out here. They enjoy the fun, they're laughing, you know, they're having a good 4 or 5 hours together.
And Bob Barger conceding one thing to his age, he quit playing tennis at 88. That was 6 years ago. Dan Cummins, WTOL 11.
All right, thanks, Dan. And what better way to spend the holiday weekend than to find out you'll be representing the red, white, and blue in Rio. Otsego grad A.J. Digby was at the Paralympic trials in Charlotte, North Carolina the past few days and competed well enough to earn a spot on the USA team. While the events haven't been released yet, I spoke with Digby earlier today, and he thinks he'll be competing in the 400 and 200 come August. A job well done to AJ. Congrats, all the best to him, and we'll be watching definitely come that time in August. And that's it for sports. We'll be right back.